Hi, let me tell you a bit of a situation that I have at work. Basically, what I like to do is to think about long-term visions. That's just how I'm wired, right? I like to think about where will we be in 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. Now, why I like to do this is because this gives me a direction and also gets me excited about the future, because I can't really be bothered about the short-term vision because usually it's not ambitious enough for me to think there's going to be some cool stuff that we're going to be doing. However, I've noticed that when you share that vision, sometimes it's hard for people to really think about, oh, we're going to go there, we're going to go to that point. Usually the vision in 3 years of how the business will be is drastically different. Maybe we're going to say, well, we're catering to this audience of customer, and in 3 years, we're going to be catering to this new audience of customers. That change can sometimes yield a lot of pushback from your teammates and other stakeholders, which is understandable, but I didn't understand it before I shared it with them. What worked well is to break down this long-term vision in maybe 1 to 2 years into smaller chunks. So usually what you're going to do is break it up into medium-term visions and short-term visions. Sometimes some audiences will resonate really well to the long-term vision. Other times they're going to resonate more to the short-term vision. And so how you want to present this is go from short-term vision to medium-term vision to long-term vision. When you start with long-term vision, it can be exciting, but people do not see. It's like Christopher Columbus saying, all right, we're in Europe, we're gonna go X thousand miles towards that way. But for sailors who were with him, that was probably tough to really imagine. Whereas if you say, all right, we're just gonna go through and, sail 100 miles towards that way, that's probably easier to understand because you can say, okay, well, we've done this before, that's fine, that's in 1 month or, 1 week. That's understandable and easy to comprehend. So my advice for you is that if you have a hard time communicating the long-term vision because people feel like it's too out there, it's too crazy, it's too utopian, feel free to start with the short term, then share the medium term, then share the long term. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.